There is a lot of single moms, and there is a lot of people struggling to get by.
British Columbia has received a failing grade from Food Banks Canada in a new poverty report released Wednesday. While BC is still doing slightly better than other provinces, it received a D+ overall. The other Western provinces fared even worse. Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba all received a D-. Food banks like the one here in Richmond are seeing proof of the statistics laid out in Wednesday's report. The data reveals nearly half of respondents in BC, 45%, say they're feeling worse off financially compared to last year. Executive Director of the Richmond Food Bank Society, Hajir Hussain, says they see around 500 individuals a day, around 3,800 a week, and it's only continuing to climb.
We saw a 41% increase in the number of households that we are seeing. That's about 59,000 visits that were made to our food bank in 2023.
In the Food Banks Canada report, BC received an F in several categories, like when it comes to government support. Nearly 61% of recipients say rates are insufficient to keep up with the cost of living. Other issues dragging down BC's grade include access to health care and the number of people spending more than 30% of their income on housing.
Once you pay for your rent and other expenses, there's hardly anything left over for food, and food is always the first thing that people compromise on.
The report's poverty overview also reveals that BC's poverty rate is substantially higher than the national average, and that single women with children have a poverty rate of 17.8%, which is higher than the national rate, 14.4%. Shanice Rogier is a single mom who says she's not surprised by the failing grades.
I honestly think that's kind of accurate given the cost of living. You know, it's really hard out here, and there's not enough housing supports, there's not enough food banks, there's not enough, I feel like, resources.
Food Banks Canada says despite being one of Canada's wealthiest provinces, BC struggles with significant income inequality and housing affordability issues, particularly in urban centres like Vancouver and among Indigenous people.
We have so many nationalities coming through, and they're also young and older ones. Yeah, it's a very diverse set of clients.
One of the 9 recommendations put forward by Food Banks Canada is that BC introduce a new poverty reduction strategy with the goal of reducing poverty by 50% by 2030. In Richmond, Kate Walker, City News.